Over the past 25 years, I've had the privilege of interviewing and highlighting some truly interesting people. Everyone who is anyone, both the famous and the infamous, from presidents and their first ladies to kings and queens, movie stars and pop stars, captains of industry, heads of state, sports personalities, innovative entrepreneurs, and some pretty fascinating everyday people. Today, I am very proud to introduce you to Parker Lynch, who grew up with attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder, but used that very personal experience to become an inventor and developer of educational products that inspire students to become invested in learning. What a wonderful, wonderful purpose-driven life you have led, and I cannot wait to have this conversation. Parker, let's start off with the basics. Why don't we start off with the name of the company, which you know I'm fascinated by. What is HedgeHog Health, and tell me what its mission is.
So HedgeHog Health is a behavioral health company, and really our mission is to provide any resources that families with a kid with autism might need. So so that might be hardware, software, coaching, we provide it all.
And I understand there's something called a Hoglet. So that sounds intriguing, especially from a girl from North Carolina. Anything that has to do with hogs usually has barbecue behind it. But this is a little bit different. Tell me about Hoglet and how it is beneficial for children and adults with ADHD and ASD issues.
So I developed the Hoglet after it was actually a personal experience I had with a student. The student in particular, needed a fidget device. Wasn't able to bring it into the computer lab.
Explain to me what that is when you say needed a particular device.
Yeah, fidget device. So there's plenty in the market right now. There's like fidget spinners. There's things that kids like for a tactile, someone who likes to be rubbing on something.
Oh yes, right. So that the young person can be focused on one thing.
Exactly. Yeah. There's plenty of studies that suggest that, this helps certain people study or focus in when they're able to fidget with something. So this particular student was no exception. He wasn't allowed to bring it into the computer lab, had a meltdown. Subsequently, I went and looked online and tried to find a fidget computer mouse. There was no such thing. So I developed what looks like this. This is called the Hoglet right here. And this is our first generation, and it literally is a fidget mouse. As you can see, I'm manipulating the silicone outer body here. We do have plans on creating another. I have a patent on the next generation, which will actually give positive feedback. When creating this, I first made it out of a dog toy with my cousin, and I was thinking to myself, why does a mouse only go from me to the computer and not from me to the computer and give me positive feedback? So I patented a 5 senses mouse. The next one that we're going to make will vibrate upon getting things correct. It will light up. It will make a noise. Can even Bluetooth to a treat dispenser and emit a lavender scent, which is calming.
Which is wonderful. I mean, first of all, pick it up again because I love the little Hoglet. It looks like a little hedgehog, okay? Like a little
Exactly.
blue hedgehog is what it looks like.
Yep. And we have five different colors. And, the first one that I referenced making it out of a dog toy, it did kind of look like a hedgehog. That's what we called it. And the name kind of stuck. And I like alliteration. So HedgeHog Health just seemed like a perfect name for the company.
That is absolutely wonderful. And I know that it will benefit young people. One of my godsons has ADHD, and he was diagnosed very, very early on. His parents and all of his village, as we call ourselves, was just very focused on having him be the best him he could be. And I can tell you, he is now 26 years old. And he is working as an executive with the Los Angeles Dodgers. So he's doing extremely, extremely well. So the work that you're doing, I know there are going to be many, many more young people who are going to have advantages. So Parker, tell me, what kinds of coaching solutions are you able to actually provide to parents through HedgeHog Health? Because it's not just, as I said, the young person that needs the assistance, but the families, the village needs the assistance also.
Exactly. I like how you put that, the village. We really believe in tending to the village, right, and giving and empowering the village and the parents. Traditionally, it's surprising to everyone I tell, but traditionally in the autism landscape, the parent has been left out of the equation, which to me makes no sense because the parent is with that child the majority of the day, right? So we aim to change that. I have partnered with Dr. Jordan Boudreau, who opened up the Autism Centers of Michigan, and he ended up exiting from that business, but he has a wealth of knowledge working with parents.
Parker, in preparing today, I was looking at your resume, and some of your earliest positions were actually in digital media and copywriting. So the pivot to education seems to have come when you went abroad to teach kindergarten, actually, in Thailand. What prompted that career change for you?
So yeah, as you referred to, I used to do search engine optimization. I was sitting behind a computer all day. I was not loving, it was about the recession was happening in Detroit. And my mom has always been a big champion of me being a teacher. She's always been like, Parker, you're so great with kids. You should give it a shot. I've always secretly wanted to be a teacher. So I figured, hey, let's try it out. Went to Thailand. I learned how to really gamify education there because they had a very small budget. So I really, and luckily I had really great coworkers from all over the world. My students, it was an international school, so they're, Thai, Chinese, Japanese, Indian. It was a really great experience for me to really be in a melting pot of cultures and also learn how to make my own educational games and basically teach kids skills without them getting too bored, right? Make everything into a game and really teach teamwork and learning.
Anytime you can make education fun, that is a big positive for a young person. And let me tell you a little secret for an older person also. Anytime continuing learning is a fun thing and not a chore, sign me right up. But I'm curious, Parker, why did you decide to dedicate your career to helping ASD individuals?
When I became a teacher, I quickly decided to, focus on special education as well because I wanted to be able to teach every single learner in the classroom. I believe that no one learns the same way. So in order to get those skills, that's when I decided I needed to add that to my repertoire. And really focus on ASD students, ASD individuals in general too, because I just feel like there's not enough programs, there's not enough help. The way that the current system is set up, a lot of these kids fall through the cracks, unfortunately. So I wanted to do something about that, and that's what really led me to starting HedgeHog Health.
And it just seems like it's just such a wonderful thing to do every day. You are actually walking in your purpose, and it's wonderful. So I'll let you answer this question. What is the most gratifying part of your job?
There's a lot of things that are gratifying. Mostly, I would say I would lean into mainly, talking to parents after they receive our services through Dr. Jordan and our other board certified behavioral analysts, hearing just like how their child's improved. Even young adults that we're working with, the improvement is just leaps and bounds than it was last week with every time. So we just have some great testimonials. Some parents are really championing our cause, and it's great getting I guess like hearing HedgeHog kind of get a better and better name in the states where we're really operating in.
That sounds wonderful. I know that you, as if you don't have enough going on, your volunteer work is extremely important to you. What makes you want to give back to the community, and what things do you like to do?
So about 12 years ago, kind of just for fun, I started this event called the Gobble Wobble. It was the night we started this with some friends. It was the night after Thanksgiving. Everybody's back home, and we gave all the proceeds to charity. So it was a really fun party. Gave all the proceeds to charity. Then people started asking for this in other cities. So then we became an incorporated, and we call ourselves Born and Raised Detroit Foundation. We're a 501c3, 100% volunteer, so there's no admin costs. I'm actually the president. So It's been a real whirlwind. We did not expect it to get as big as it's gotten, and it's a lot of work on the side. But luckily, I have a great board that helps me kind of carry the load. And we've raised over 500. We've raised over $500,000 for youth programs in the city of Detroit so far.
Some people might consider you to be a Renaissance man, but it seems as if you're really singularly focused on making sure the next generation of young people feel supported in all of their educational endeavors. I guess as we conclude our conversation, I really want to know if there was one thing that you'd like the viewer of this video feature to walk away with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a new entrepreneur, but I guess my message would be, this has not been easy, but if you really have a cause that you care about, whether it's a nonprofit cause, whether it's starting a business, I would say just go after it, try it. I mean, you're going to get a lot of rejections. I get rejected every day, but you just have to keep persevering. If you care enough about the subject and about the cause, you're going to be successful in the end. So that's, I guess, what I'd like to someone to take away from this.
I tend to agree with you, Parker. I know that there are setbacks in people's careers. I can tell you, having worked in the public eye for now over 3 decades, I learned as much from the setbacks as I have from the successes. And all they really do is they help me set up for the next one. They help me make good decisions in the future. And it's such a wonderful thing to impart to young people and to their families, the village that we hope will raise the next generation. Parker, thank you so much for your time today. I wish you such good luck with HedgeHog. It's going to be magnificent. I can already tell.
Thanks so much, Star, for having me. I appreciate it.
You got it.